Hello, everyone. Happy Monday and happy April 1st.
Woo!
This is not an April Fool's joke. It's really Joan. It's really Leslie. And it's really books, business, and brunch. So
Yay!
welcome aboard, everyone. And officially in that spring season now. We hope everybody had a blessed Easter in our home. It was just an incredible day. We're so thankful for everything that our Easter Sunday brought to us, and starting off with just an amazing service at sunrise on the edge of the ocean. I'm still just all awash in that. So, Joan, I'm going to turn it over to you. We've got some exciting things to talk about today, and let's jump right into that. And it's kind of fun to see you in a new setting for
I
today.
know. Thank you. I appreciate you, Leslie.
Look so
Let's make sure I don't have any lipstick on my teeth. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm actually babysitting my grandchildren, 3 of my 4 grandchildren. I think today's the last. Their parents come back today. So I've been here since Thursday. I'm at my daughter's home, and this is her office, and she's an avid reader. And so she's got books. It's crazy, right? But this is like her prized possession, right? And so I get to sit in here when I'm here babysitting. So we had a great day yesterday. We actually went out. I preached for my apostle yesterday. So, and you know what? I did not preach the typical resurrection Sunday service. I talked about Nehemiah, but it brought it all together, right? It's Nehemiah's faith and Nehemiah praying and fasting for the thing that he's desiring for God to do, and how God met his expectation and exceeded it abundantly, right? And so does it tie into the resurrection? Absolutely, because we know we serve a living Savior, right? But we also wanted them to know that we're always going to be in a situation where things are not always going well. But what do you do when the storms of life are knocking on your door? What do you do when you don't know where the next meal is coming from? You don't know if you can fix your marriage. You don't know if you can pay your mortgage, right? You don't know if you're going to get over those health concerns. What do you do, right? So that was kind of like the premise of the message yesterday. But today I'm excited to talk about what we're talking about, the done for you model of publishing. And here's the reason why we wanted to do this just for our audience, is because we know sometimes that people will say, I don't have the money for publishing, right? I don't have the money to, the investment to publish. Well, we still want to put publishing and the power of the pen in your hands. And because we want to do that, we have decided as a company that we would do a done for you model for publishing with all of the national standards. I mean, stuff that if you follow this done for you, your books can be in bookstores because it will be exactly to the national publishing standards. And we're excited to bring that to you today. Now we're launching the middle of April, but we want you to see what we have. And we want you to just drop your name in the chat if you have an interest, if this is something that's interesting to you, if this is the way you think you want to go, right? We're giving you all the tools, all the resources, all the templates, everything for you to be able to write your book, get it edited. You don't want to edit your own book, right? But we have also provided information on that for you. Get your ISBN number, do your formatting, get all of that. We've provided it for you. So without further ado, we are going to take you through this done for you resource kit. There is an investment for it, right? So when we go live with this on April, I think it's the 14th or the 15th, there is an investment, but we want you to know ahead of time what we have been working behind the scenes to give to you. All right. So let me just show you. Leslie, is it okay for me to just show the flyer?
Of course, please do.
And then we'll go into what it entails. So here's our flyer, right? It's a practical step-by-step done for you publishing resource kit. Here's the thing. If you have this, right, you don't need anything else. You truly don't need anything else because you will be able to publish your book and keep publishing and publishing and publishing, right? For as many books as you want to publish. And it has everything for you, right? So you'll be able to create a streamlined process. The expert guidance is all the links that we've added there to real people, links to real people, right? Every step is made simple and easy, complete with the links to the resources, and it allows you to embrace the power and establish yourself as an author. And I came, you know, looking at when we were putting this together, I really was putting myself in the shoe of that aspiring author who wants to tell their story, who has a gift, a skill, a talent, something that they want to share with the world. And when they go and do consultations or discovery sessions, they realize maybe this whole publishing process is out of their financial, bandwidth at this point. We didn't want that to stop you from publishing your book. So we thought as a indie type publishing services platform that we wanted to give you all the tools to make it easier for you. And then you're not choosing legacy because of money, but you're able to invest in yourself, give yourself the knowledge that you need to make this happen. And so you'll be seeing a lot more of this flyer right up until we launch the middle of April. And it is going to be a reasonable price point. It's 90% off of the value of what publishing is if you had to pay someone to publish your book, right? All right, so here is what is in this resource kit. I'm trying to see if I can make this a little bigger. Maybe a little bit bigger. Does it look bigger, Leslie? No, it doesn't. Oh, it looks the same. All right, let me just exit full screen. So I was trying to see if, oh no. I was trying to see if I could make it bigger, but I'll just read it through for you, for those of you that are watching, or for those of you that may be watching the replay. So how to use the resource kit, right? What is included in it, right? We have a ton of stuff in this resource kit. I'm drinking coffee today. I don't know what your choice of beverage is. Mine is coffee. I told myself I wasn't going to do it, but Leslie made me do it. So that's okay.
Bad influence. Oh.
So we have assembled a simple and comprehensive kit for you to self-publish your book like a pro. Before you try publishing on your own, go through this resource package to get the answers you need on the things you're uncertain about, right? We laid out this package elements as to the publishing stages, but feel free to jump to any document you need first. So we have two different kind of section in it. It doesn't look like that, but this is how we kind of compile this list. One, the elements of your book, and two, promoting your book, right? So the elements of your book is one, the structure of your signature story, writing your story your way. This is literally a 4-part template, right? Broken down by the hook, the body, the resolution, and the conclusion of your story. And if you follow the prompts in each of those sections, it is easy for you to write to get the structure of your story. Using bullet points so that you will be able, when you start the writing process, you'll be able to follow along from the template to the 8.5 by 11 computer screen that you'll be typing on, right? Your book. So that's the first thing in it. Number 2 is the editing standards. There are different standards for editing, right? And so which one is best for you? Well, if you're writing a biography or you're writing something that has a lot of text about, things that you have experienced, or traveling, or an autobiography, or something about information that is needed for someone to solve a problem, right? Anything you write has to be edited, even if it's poetry. A young lady said to me recently, I think it was last week, Wednesday, she asked me, or the week before, she asked me, she said, I'm writing a book of poetry. Is it okay for me to just go ahead and upload it to Amazon? I'm like, is it edited? She says, no, it's not, but I don't want it to be edited. I want my poem to stay the same way because I don't want anybody to steal my words. I'm like, well, if you get a professional editor, a certified editor, trust me, this is what they do, right? As their career. They're not going to steal your words. They're not stealing any poetry words, right? But you cannot just go upload a book to Amazon and not have an editor, even if it's proofreading it, right? Because you will see the same mistake 100 times and don't even recognize that is grammatically incorrect or there is a spelling error. I've done that so many times on my Facebook posts. So I know that it is easy for that to happen. You always want someone who's a professional editor or proofreader or a developmental editor to look at your work before you upload and trying to sell this book to people, right? So the standards are in there. We break down developmental, we broke down line editing, copy editing, and proofreading, just so you have the knowledge as to which one of those editing that you would choose for your book to go through. Number 3, the formatting or typesetting for nonfiction books. Now, here's the thing. Formatting is very important, right? Because even the way you format, which is another word for formatting, is typesetting. But even in the way you format the book or typeset the book, you can take that book. I can look at the book and know that it is done not from a professional perspective, because there's certain rules in the nonfiction publishing space when it comes on to your books. And when you open the book, what does it look like? The same way the cover of the book is intentional, the inside book cover is what I'm calling it. The inside cover needs to be as intentional, right? So certain things are standard for typesetting, right? You want your new chapters to start on the odd number page or the right side of the page. Now, fiction book may be a little bit different, but that's truly the standard for which bookstores look at your book, right? But you also want to make sure your margins are correct. Outer margin and inner margin. The inner margin is the gutter. There has to be more space in the inner margin than there is at the outer margin, or it could be equal. But when they bound your paperback book, they're bounding it at the inner margin. So you have to have enough space so that when you open the book, you can read the book and the words are not buried, in the gutter of the book. So that is very important. Another thing that is important in the typesetting or the formatting of a book is chapters should be edited, bolded, right? Bold and edit so it stands out from the rest of the book. What does your table of content looks like, right? And are you having a header and a footer on your page? Is your the footer page numbers, or are you using page numbers on the top right-hand side? So all of those things are taken into consideration when you're doing the internal formatting of a book. Another thing too, there is front matter and there is back matter with your book. And the front matter is anything before you get to the introduction of the book. And the back matter is anything after the book is ended, right? So you want to make sure your front matter is done. What are front matters, right? So it's the copyright page, it's the dedication page, it's the acknowledgement page. All of those are considered, it's the foreword. All of those are considered front matter, right? Before you start in the introduction of the book. So a professional typesetter or formatter will know those things so that your book will be based on standard. Then inside of this resource kit, we have 3 different type of templates. So if you choose to write your book, a 5.5 by 8.5 book, which is the most common size that we put our books in, you don't even have to go to Word. You can just take that template and start typing in the template, because it's set to standard. The gutter margin is set, the outer margin is set, all the elements are set, the headers, the page number, all of that is set. So all you have to do is type your book in it. So we wanted to make it easy for you. So there's 3 templates in this package: the 5x8, the 5.5x8, and the 6x9, which is the regular size of people who are writing like devotionals and, anthologies and things like that. Then ISBN. Every book has to have an ISBN number, right? It is almost like the social security card for a book. And every version of your book has to have a different ISBN number. So if it's your ebook, that's one ISBN number. If it's your paperback, it's one ISBN number. If it's your hardcover, it's one ISBN number. If it's your audiobook, it's another ISBN number. So some books can have up to 4 ISBN numbers, but every book version has to have its own identification, right? Which is the ISBN number. I also gave you the link to where you can go and buy the ISBN numbers where you're not spending too much money, right? Then we talk about keyword phrase and categories. What are the keyword phrases for the books that you are publishing and the categories in which they go into? We also have in this resource kit a beginner's guide to selling on Amazon KDP. So we literally gave you a step-by-step guide on how to upload your book to Amazon KDP. That alone is the cost of really, because we have taken the fluff out, right? It's not that you can't go on Amazon and learn how to do it, but we have taken the fluff out. So it is specific and it's right to the point, and you don't have to read through a mountain of stuff to get where you need to be. Then number 8, we have 20 high converting email subject lines. Why? Because when you're done with your book and your book gets updated, or as you are going through the process of writing your book, you have to start the promotion part, right? So email, social media, all of that is important. Blog posts, newsletters to your clients or to your email list is important. So we have included 20 high converting email subject lines and 25 words that trigger emotion, right? We also included a blog post template, copy of your social media calendar and how you're going to schedule your social media posts for your book launch. We have a book flyer sample that's included. We have a Facebook cover sample that's also included. And then this sheet that has the how to use your resource kit is also a part of the package. So we're excited to bring, I'm sorry, Leslie, we're excited to bring these elements to you for this done for you publishing resource kit. So Leslie, what are your thoughts about this?
Well, as you can see from that flyer, we are offering you a do-it-yourself publishing kit. Even though that's what we're offering, there's a whole section there on getting started with the marketing that you're going to need to put into place. We're also going to be down the line offering something that's similar to this for marketing. But within this package, you also have the opportunity to start to get comfortable with the kinds of things you need to have in place before you publish your book. And one of the things, I love a lot of things about this, but one of the things I really appreciate is how it is laid out. When you get this and purchase it, it will come to you as a zip file. When you open it up, you're going to see all these different opportunities to click on something. You might not need every one of them. Why have this long, drawn out list that you have to scroll through every time to find what you want? No. All you have to do is click on what you're interested in. I want to understand what I need to put in place for formatting. You click on that. So it's going to be so user-friendly. It doesn't matter if you have never, ever published before. It's going to be super easy to navigate. Then another thing that I most appreciate about this is that we're sharing some of our resources with you in terms of your formatting, your editing, your graphic arts. And that's huge. I don't know if any of you have gone on, let's say, to Fiverr to try to find someone to help you design your book cover. It's very intimidating. And you honestly, no matter what their score is, you don't know what you're getting. However, if you choose one of our graphic artists, they understand what our standards are. They understand a lot about our specific clients. And we can tell you without any doubt that you're going to be happy with the choice that you made, that you can trust that they're listening to what you want, that they're engaging with you, and your cover is going to come out looking like what you see in your mind. That's no small task. And the same with our editors. Our editors are all certified. They're all trained to our standards. And now you have the link to use them. No question about what you're getting for quality. You're getting the best of the best. So this is, even if you're a first-time publisher, an absolutely powerful resource at a very reasonable price.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love that you shared that because we know our team and we know what they bring to the table, we have added links to them for you to just, and most of the resources have more than one link. So you can, have your choice as to who you want to do certain things for you, whether it's editing, the formatter, the book cover design. We have tried our best to just make it so simple that you have everything at the touch of your button on your computer screen, and you will be able to publish your book and feel good about it, and not having to worry if, oh my God, did I do a good job? Did I do the right thing? How is this book going to sell? Are people going to know that it's a self-published book? Because I can't tell you how many times I look at a book and just, it breaks my heart to see that the content is good, but nothing about the book stands out, right? The formatting standards are, and you and I know that we worked for a company where the formatting standards was so horrible. It's not even funny. I'm thinking about it now. It's not even funny. So, we have been on the side where everything was just a mess, and we've been on the side where everything was amazing. And we're kind of in the middle, right? Knowing what works best and what does not work. So it's a good place for us to be.
Well, that's a good point too, John, when you talk about what will work for you. Getting back to graphic arts, you may have a very specific picture in your mind of what you want for your book cover, and that's great, but it might not be the best. So our graphic artists will say to you, well, Joan, I actually think that typeface may look not very professional, or it's going to overtake the picture that you're using, whatever it might be. And I thought of that just now because I went through something similar when I published my first book. I absolutely knew what I wanted my cover to look like. And yes, the graphic artist did a good job of representing what I wanted, but it actually wasn't in the best interest of my book. And if I'd had someone to counsel with me a little bit, I would have been happy to see perhaps some other options. So that's another great thing about working with someone that is so confident in what they do, that they hear what you're saying, and they may be able to steer you a little bit in another direction to make that cover very memorable.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, there's this saying that says, don't judge a book by the cover, but in publishing, we judge books by their cover. So that's the only time it does not apply to anything. We judge books by its cover, right? And your book would be great and may be great, but if the cover is ugly or it doesn't even draw my attention, it doesn't entice me, it doesn't appeal to me wanting to spend my money to buy that book, I will not. I will not.
Agreed.
So, but that's all we have for today. So we hope that as you watch this or watch the replay, if you are interested in getting on our list for the launch of this done for you packet, let us know. Just drop your name and your email in the chat, no matter when you're watching it. If you're watching it on the replay, if you're watching it another day from now, if you're watching it a week from now, just drop your name and your email in the chat and we will be able to connect with you, because we want you to take advantage of this offer. A lot of people are filing their income taxes. They may not be able to pay, thousands of dollars to publish their book, but they can spend a few $100s to do it themselves. And that's what we want to offer to you guys. All right. So that's it for us today. We will be back with you next week. And next week, we'll be talking about self-publishing versus traditional publishing versus independent publishing. So that will be a very interesting topic. And so we look forward to seeing you again next Monday. Any parting words, Leslie, before we go?
Oh, just I hope everybody is feeling a certain sense of excitement. We see it so often that someone just has this burning desire to write a book and they see that price tag and know that it's not going to happen for them. This now gives you the opportunity to share your legacy with the world. So stay tuned for when this launches, because it's going to be big and you're going to want to get in right off the bat, because I would imagine the resources that we are connecting you to, they're going to fill up fast. So
Yep.
you're going to want to buy this resource and get ready to get your book published.
Yay! And
Yeah.
remember, the pen creates an indelible moment in time that can never be erased. All right. God bless you. And we will see you guys next Monday.